Hey, what's up? I hope you're having a great day. My name is Mrs. Wallace. I am an ASL or American Sign Language teacher here at the high school, and I'm excited to share with you guys a little bit about deafness, a few other disabilities, and about sign language. And of course, I have two students I can't wait to introduce you to as well. A little bit about me. Maybe you'd be surprised to know that I have two hearing aids. I am technically deaf or hard of hearing, depending on the day. I have a strange or different type of a disability where my hearing changes depending on the day and many different factors. So most of the time, I just say I'm hard of hearing. To say hearing impaired, we don't do that. We just say hard of hearing or deaf. Those are the two options relating to hearing loss that are generally acceptable. So for me, depending on the day, is how much I can or can't hear. Not so much how much I can or can't hear, but rather how much can I understand of what I'm able to hear. So I'm excited to share with all of you a little bit about deafness and ASL in hopes for Acceptance Week to just give you some things to think about. All right, so a lot of times people hear ASL or American Sign Language and they assume who uses it. A deaf person, maybe hard of hearing, which is true, most of the time true, not always. There are some deaf and hard of hearing that talk and read lips and write notes and do different things to help them, but don't sign. And then you have people who are born deaf, capital D deaf, and they are multi-generation, one year after another, all deaf, fully. Each person's situation is different and unique and beautiful. For me, I am actually hard of hearing. I have two hearing aids, and every day they help me out. They let me know for alerts on my phone. I can listen to music, talk with friends and family, watch YouTube, TikTok, whatever. It's pretty nice because why? It goes right into my ears, so it really is helpful for that. Hearing aids are like little machines that sit on your ears, like a little computer, and its job is to do what? Just make everything louder, right? Some people, when their hearing is worse than what mine currently is, decide hearing aids not really working so well. We're going to look at options. So you have a few options if you're deaf or hard of hearing. First, hearing aids, cochlear implant, cochlear implants is controversy in deaf community and culture because what's special and interesting about deaf culture is that we don't think it's something that needs to be fixed. Even when my hearing was close to nothing, close to fully deaf, I decided against cochlear implant. Just can't do it. Hearing is not something that needs to be fixed. At least that's what we believe in my deaf culture. When it comes to options, there's a few other kinds of hearing aids, but the main one that people decide is to have nothing. No hearing aid, no cochlear implant, no nothing. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Communication. How do deaf and hard of hearing communicate? For me, I grew up hearing, and my hearing loss got worse as I became older. It's pretty scary, but thankfully I learned sign language along the way. Some kids aren't that lucky. Simcom, or simultaneous communication, is when you sign and talk with your voice at the same time. There are other kinds of language as well. You have options like tactile for people who are deafblind.
Why should you learn ASL? So it's easier to talk with other deaf family, friends, and other deaf people.
Hello, I am Damian Horn, and I took ASL this year for my little brother who has a speech impediment, and he may have to take ASL in the future, and so he doesn't feel left out, and so life is as easy as possible for him. I took ASL, so if he has to, I can do those things. And 3 signs that I have taught him that are my personal favorite are please, friend, and then Christmas. A really important thing about ASL is it's what bridges deaf, mute, and people with speech impediments or other problems to people, other deaf, mute, speech impediment people, and people that can hear and speak. It bridges them together, and it lets those people express themselves and be able to connect and be in our world and not be left out. And a really cool thing about ASL is the history of it. And it's kind of sad, some of the history, but it's also really cool to see how it's been going up and spreading and becoming a great thing, and how it's really important because we don't want to leave those people out of everything. And we want life, everyone in our world, to be our best. And if without the ASL, they wouldn't be able to be fully in our world, and they would be left out, and they would have so many problems. And I'm glad that ASL is around because it's what will help me be there for my little brother if he has to take ASL. But that's my message, and bye. Have a good day.